Hi Starting Out Solitary, it's your girl Pandora, subbing in for Rose for your Friday here on the channel. And this week we are talking about herbal remedies that we use. So I want to start out this video by letting you know that I used to work in community pharmacy. So I worked in a large retail pharmacy here in my hometown. Haven't worked there for about 5 years now. I stopped working there when I was pregnant with my son and he's 5 now. So this video is not endorsed or anything like that. But I just wanted to let you know that to convey the fact that there have been a lot of over-the-counter herbal remedies that I've tried over the years and that I've seen other people try, both the customers that I used to serve and the staff that I worked with as well. So there are a few things that I do still use to this day, and I'll talk about that in this video. A really important thing that I want to say is that if you have any serious ailments, then you absolutely should be under the care of a doctor or a licensed naturopath or some kind of licensed health practitioner, and you should be getting the care that you need and deserve. So with that said, one of my favorite things to use are herbal teas, and I really like the Higher Living brand. I don't know how I'm going to get things to focus. I might just hold them close to my face so that you can see them. So I've tried a lot of teas in this brand, and this is the Evening Organic Herb Infusion, and it contains lemon balm, fennel, chamomile, lime tree, peppermint and lavender. It's really quite nice, and it's a nice hot drink to have at night time. I wouldn't exactly say that it's really strong and that it knocks me out to put me to sleep, but it is really tasty and it's quite a nice hot drink to have at night, as I said. Another one that I really like is the Twinings, and this is your Digest blend, which is peppermint, licorice and lemon balm. Absolutely beautiful. I really love this one. If I have a little bit of an upset stomach, I would like to use this one. Obviously, if it's something more serious, like I will take conventional medicine, but for the most part I don't get a really upset stomach unless I've eaten something really wrong. Like for example, if I eat a really rich noodle dish with a lot of sauce in it, I tend to get a really upset stomach. So I try to avoid those foods, but I do really like this blend, and I like a lot of the herbal blends in the Twinings range. Another one that's my favorite is their lemon and ginger, and I've run out of that. I need some at the moment because I've got a little bit of a head cold at the moment, but so I might ring my husband and ask him to bring some home. But yeah, that's one of my favourite ones as well. Another thing that I like to use are your Australian bushflower essences. This is the Relationship Essence. I've also tried a few of their other ones. I've tried their another one that I particularly like is their Woman Essence, and they've got an Emergency Essence, they've got a Meditation Essence, they've got a lot of different ones, and they are a vibrational flower essence. So they're homeopathic medicine, not particularly hard evidence based, but I like to take the Woman Essence because I need all the help that I can get at that time of month, if you know what I mean. And on that note, this is my Clary Sage essential oil, and this is the Oil Garden range. I really like this range. I've been using them since I worked in pharmacy because we used to sell them. And a lot of different essential oil brands will try to tell you that they're the best and all the other ones are no good. But I like this brand. I think that they're really good. And Clary Sage is really good for PMS, as I said, which is why I wanted to talk about this one next. And I use a lot of essential oils. I don't ingest them. I do dilute them enough. So it's very important with essential oils to dilute them enough. And I like to put them in a diffuser. I like to put a few drops or a couple of drops in the bath. You shouldn't really use too much in the bath. And I like to use them in massage, again making sure that I'm diluting the massage oil enough. And another one that I really like is the Young Living Joy blend. This is my favorite essential oil blend at the moment, and this is a blend of, sorry, something noisy went past. Hopefully you can hear this properly on this camera. So this is bergamot, ylang-ylang, geranium, lemon, coriander, tangerine, jasmine, Roman chamomile, palma rosa and rose, 100% pure absolute. So this smells absolutely beautiful. I love to diffuse this one and it is just my favorite. Another herbal remedy that I like to use are belladonna balms, and this is from a brand called Belladonna and Bones that we have here in Australia. If you are in Canada, and I think she ships to a few other places, you could buy these on Sarah Ann Lawless's website. However, I can't get her to ship to me, so I was really lucky to find Belladonna and Bones, so we're really fortunate to have this brand here in Australia. And this one is a blend of wormwood, mandrake, belladonna, palo santo, yorimba, yarrow, mugwort, beeswax and rice oil. So that is the Hedge Witch divination balm and flying ointment. And I don't just use these for as a flying ointment, so I don't just use it for astral travel, hedge crossing, meditation, journeying, path working, that sort of thing. I also have started using these medicinally because I find that it works well for headaches and it helps me get off to sleep. So I will just use a little bit, and I'll use some now because I'm not going out again today. I've run all my errands for the day already. And you just get about a pea-sized amount, or you could use a little bit less. The thing to remember with belladonna balms is that you can always add more later if it doesn't work, but it's very hard to take off if you use too much. And then I will just I'll just take off my beads so that I don't reel them off. I can get off my hair. And I just put a little bit on my wrists. So on each of my wrists. And then rub some on my neck as well. And you can also put a little bit on your temples if you need to. And I don't actually get migraines, like I haven't been diagnosed with migraines, but I do often get sinus headaches and tension headaches and that kind of thing. And I find that it helps with cold and flu symptoms. So it just, yeah, it helps me feel better when I have a cold or flu. Or if I have a really, really bad headache that, you know, my usual remedies aren't helping with. Like I do like to use lavender oil if I have a headache, and if I can have a big drink of water and a lay down, that's usually the best thing for a headache. However, if I'm really busy, then I need to use other remedies that are a bit stronger. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and got something out of it. As someone who used to work in pharmacy, I don't necessarily prefer herbal remedies over over-the-counter conventional medicine, or vice versa. I really take a what works approach, and I don't know if that's from my background in pharmacy or just my level of common sense in general, but I do urge you to have the same level of common sense. Like if you have a serious ailment, then you should be getting the help and the treatment that you need. And herbal remedies and natural remedies are not necessarily safer or more effective than conventional medicine. In fact, if used wrongly, they can be harmful. And one example that I can give you without giving away any other identifying details, because confidentiality is really important, is that I once saw a customer who was taking St. John's wort for mild depression, and they took too much of it and they got liver damage. And after that, they had to get better, and then they just went on a mild antidepressant, which was actually better for them anyway. So yeah, that's just one example of you know, how you can go wrong by thinking that natural remedies are necessarily safer or better. So that's all I've got to say. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and gotten something out of it. It's been great to be back. I will probably make a video on my own channel talking about where I've been and why I haven't been making videos, but I'm hoping to get back to making videos on starting out solitary. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!